You don't realize just how poisoned your brain was until you actually quit social media. A couple of days ago I was walking around my campus and I saw a friend of mine and he was like scrolling on Instagram and he showed me his feed, and 1 in 2 reels, literally 1 in 2, like 50%, had a woman showing her ass in some weird ass angle in a gym. And it was like kind of a fitness content stuff, but we all knew. And that moment I just realized, wait a second, there are still people who use social media. There are still people who see like degenerate girls every 2 seconds of their lives. Like, the only ass I see is that of my girlfriend and maybe some other asses at the gym, but I just don't look at them. Don't tell her, please. And like, it was literally weird to me because I haven't been on social media for years now. I quit scrolling on Instagram and YouTube Shorts, I think in 2022, and I haven't seen, like 4 years, I haven't seen any of them. And at that moment I was hit by a huge wave of gratitude for my past self for quitting social media years ago, because I became complacent with my good habits. I didn't realize how much other people were slaves to this stuff, how much people were suffering from these addictions. I didn't realize that because I forgot about how much degeneracy you see on social media. Because to me, for a long period of time, it was about podcasts and education and learning something good. It's about improving your life. But for most people, when they go on social media, they just start consuming degenerate content. Because there's like softcore porn, political anxiety, femboy TikTok dances, all of that stuff. I haven't seen these in years. And so I'm extremely grateful for my past self for quitting social media. Because even though I'm still not where I wanna be, and I just kinda take the L because that's the thing that happens to people who try to improve themselves. But the thing stays the same, you never know where you're gonna be in 4 years. I never knew that in 4 years I would live this life of calm existence, of making progress, having friends and connection, having a girlfriend, going to the gym. I never knew that was gonna happen to me because I was still in this mindset of a degenerate who thought all hope was lost. But hope is never lost. The reason why I'm here is because I didn't lose hope 4 years ago, because I kept fighting and I had a reason to fight for. I kinda just switched into a mindset video mid-production, but I hope it's okay. My life is just so good now. You see, like, I'm still kind of poor. I still live in this fucking disgusting city, but it's okay. I'm gonna get there. And there's a pattern I've been noticing over and over in my life. When you're down in a rut or when you just feel like all hope is lost, you don't imagine yourself ever getting out of it. Your brain just cannot process it. You know, like how people like talking about the tunnel, and there's a long tunnel and there's a light at the end of it, like there's the light of hope. Well, in real life, in reality, there is no light because the tunnel is curved. But if you just walk forward 10 meters, then turn left and turn right, you're gonna get out of the tunnel. The tunnel is much shorter than you think, but you don't see the light. That's the difference. When you're in a rut, when you're in a bad situation in life, you don't feel like there is ever a way out of it, but there is, and it's actually much shorter than you think. So once I quit social media, I was suffering from social media for 10 years before I quit it. I started scrolling when I was like 10 years old or something. But after I quit, it took me like 2 weeks to start feeling good. 2 weeks versus 10 years. Imagine the difference. The tunnel is not long at all, you just don't see the light, and that's why most people don't even try getting out. But when you get out, you will never ever wanna go back. Your brain will try to trick you into going back, and all the evil algorithms and all of the companies are gonna try to pull you back into this rat hole. But you consciously, you will never wanna go back. Because this life is so much better. You're gonna live a life of connection, a life of being close to nature, being close to other people. Saturday I went on a date with my girl and I just felt so present. We went basically on a playground and we like she was cold, so I had to hug her for like 40 minutes straight, and I just felt so present because of all these years I've been off social media and meditating. The first time I went on a date with a girl was 4 years ago, a little more actually. It was before I quit social media. And at that point in my life, I remember we were on a date and I didn't care. Like, the girl was there, but I was thinking about my own stuff. Oh, I'm anxious about this. I'm anxious about what's happening in the Middle East. I'm anxious about my future. What am I gonna do and stuff? I was thinking about that stuff while she was thinking about our date, and obviously she wasn't happy. She felt that I wasn't present. But now I just felt how present I am when I actually go on a date. We sit there in the park, and just what's happening around us is enough for me to feel happy. The stars are enough. The wind is enough. The trees in the park are enough. There was nobody in the park, by the way, because we got in there illegally. It's closed at like 8 p.m. and we were there like at 9. And we had to get in through like a small hole in the fence, and I was even more present because I was like this. I had this kind of a low-key paranoia because a couple of years before that I also infiltrated the park with a girl when we were on a date, and it was like a playground at night, and we were like chilling. We were sure there was nobody, and then all of a sudden 5 meters away from us we hear like a strong whistle, like deafening whistle, and then some dude screaming in French, "Oh, allez, sortez d'ici, bande d'enculés, qu'est-ce que vous faites?" And we ran away. Obviously, high schoolers, and since that day I had like this weird paranoia. I had like, oh nice, we're gonna get inside the park, but we should be careful because if we get scared away, like we will have to run and had to get through the fence again. And so I was even more present because of that, but that still holds my point. I felt extremely present and extremely grateful for every second right there. I didn't feel grateful post date like it happened to me before when I was addicted to social media. I would go on a date and essentially not enjoy it and come back home and start scrolling, and I would be like, yeah, the date was actually nice. I felt that during the date, and I felt extremely grateful. I felt extremely grateful just kissing my girl and being happy together and not being away somewhere in Middle East. Oh, Israel, Iran in war, and who gives a shit? I'm in France. People scroll on social media and they see news from around the world and they'll like start debating each other and be like, oh, Israel is gonna win because they've got technological superiority and the new doctrine and the nuclear weapon. Who cares, bro? Are you like a political analyst? Are you like a military strategist? Are you like working for Pentagon or something? If you're not making money from it, why would you even talk about this shit? It doesn't even feel good. Like, it literally doesn't feel good talking about politics. It never did. So the moment I quit social media and stopped all of this stuff, I just felt so relieved from all of this. My anxiety improved. I started sleeping much better, obviously because I also had less blue light, but mainly from not seeing all the information, all the useless information. Information has lost value. In the past, like when people couldn't learn online, where people had to go to school, and even more in the past, like I come from Russia and we've got like this very known guy called Lomonosov, who was like a scientist, and he had literally to walk to school for hundreds of kilometers in winter in Russia in like minus 20 degrees Celsius, and he had nothing. That's what he had to do to get education, which is basically just information. You go to school and you learn about the world, you learn about science. Nowadays, it's no longer the case. Our brain still chases information because it believes that it's important for us to know what's going on around. But just like with food, information is overabundant. You don't need so much information. Your brain is going to get overloaded. It's going to get filled with anxiety-inducing news and stuff. You don't need this. So now actually you need to protect yourself from information just like you protect yourself from ultra-processed food. And trust me, you're not gonna miss out on anything. In fact, it's actually the other way around. If you stay on social media, if you keep scrolling and wasting your life, you're gonna miss out on everything you've got. You're gonna miss out on beautiful relationships, on beautiful moments with your family and with your girl. You're gonna miss out on friends and tribe and connection. You're gonna miss out on nature, on purpose, on work. All of these things are important for us as humans. And you're gonna trade them away for knowing an opinion of someone about Israel. Who cares? Let these people debate. Just go your own way. Quit social media and forget about these people. Because you cannot save all of humanity. It's not like some Bruce Willis stuff where you've gotta save humanity, you've gotta blow up the asteroid. It's not gonna happen. If you truly wanna live a fulfilling life, you need to focus on your life, on real life, not on the virtual life. You need to use the internet smartly to learn and to get information to improve yourself. But you shouldn't use it as entertainment, because entertainment is not great. Well, it's one thing if you want to watch a movie. Like I like sometimes get home with my friends and cook something up and then watch a movie like Lawrence of Arabia or some classic stuff like that. Like actual movies who are the work of art, who are worth watching. Not some modern stuff from Netflix who is like, it's just slop. Just like modern food is slop and not worth eating, all of these stuff made in factory, all of these factory made lasagna and pizza, it doesn't taste, it tastes addictive, but it doesn't have like an artistic nature. I cook all of my food and sometimes I go to a restaurant, but 90% of my food is cooked at home by myself. And it's a work of art. Food is a work of art and films are a work of art too. Some of them are worth consuming and some of them are just industrially produced slop. That's just the case. So quit using internet for entertainment and start using it as either learning about something which is important to you or seeing some work of art like movies with your friends. Do it in a social setting too, don't do it alone. And you're gonna live a very fulfilling life. I hope my yerba mate is all over the place. So yeah, I hope this was helpful. I'm gonna drink my tea, very nice tea from South America, and I'll see you next time.